I don't know what I did to Dave over the last couple of months to go last, but we'll talk about that later. Sure. My name's Darcie, and I grow slime. Oh, you're not going to laugh in a minute, I promise. My talk is about the scary underworld of biofilms because we are surrounded by bacteria. Now, I say slime, and most people picture this. The slime that the white mums DIY'd through lockdown because they found recipes on Pinterest. Instead of this, a high-functioning, self-contained habitat of bacteria that thrives in the environment and on your body, or in it. Yes, I know, it looks suspiciously like a butthole. It's a biofilm on an artificial joint. That's the kind of slime I grow. That's not the slime you want your kids to play with. 80% of the bacteria on our planet are present in biofilms. Original on chips, biofilms. The pink stuff you're ignoring in your shower right now, biofilm. The plains of Yellowstone, actually sheets of biofilm as far as the eye can see that people flock to go see. But how does the slime go from this to penetrating your body's defense systems? Well, kind of like the magic school bus, planktonic bacteria enters your bloodstream and finds a happy little camping spot to make its own. The single planktonic bacteria start getting attached to other bacteria and to you. In a bacterial orgy, to end all orgies, they start to multiply. And multiply. And multiply. And like any good orgy, it gets a little messy. Together, the bacteria excrete slime to protect themselves. Think of it like a force field to guard the bacteria on the inside. In fact, biofilms protect bacteria that well from harsh environments, we'll probably find them on another planet, if we haven't already. And as a kid who loves the X-Files, don't say I didn't tell you so. But once your biofilm gets big and strong, it releases bacteria back into your body to start this whole process again somewhere else. They're the root cause of many reoccurring infections that we kind of fob off as everyday things, like UTIs, dental plaque. How many of you just rubbed your tongue over your teeth? Yeah. And slimy water bottle bottoms. When... Yes, correct response, well done. When was the last time you cleaned your emotional support water bottle? Huh? The brown floating flecks you're ignoring? Not great, clean the fucking thing. And then ask yourself, is your emotional support water bottle now your emotional support breeding ground of bacteria and disease? The treatment for biofilm-based infections is limited and horrific. There's 4 options. Antibiotics, the literal red pill that comes with a slew of side effects, including killing your kidneys, vomiting, diarrhea. Not to be confused with the red pill from the Matrix. You don't wake up to the reality of life, you don't stay in Wonderland, and you definitely don't gain the ability to dodge bullets. Or, we physically remove the slime, kind of like scraping and chipping off the ice in your freezer. Third option, simple, we cut it off. 4th one, you die. Which, you're killing biofilm, so win? The best treatment of a biofilm-based infection is to destroy the force field that surrounds the bacteria, allowing antibiotics and your immune system to penetrate. But no one grows them. So I set out to cultivate them in the context of prosthetic joint infections. Joint replacement is an everyday procedure. Over 150,000 Australians got a shiny new joint last year. And with 65 being the new 45, you need the new knees to match the active grey nomad lifestyle. So while us millennials cry about the rental crisis, you're often running on a new knee. So one day, you're living your life amongst the sunflowers, because we all like sunflowers. Suddenly, joint pain strikes you like lightning, and Panadol ain't touching shit. So before you turn to the hardcore opioids, you get your joint replaced. If you follow your rehabilitation instructions, you're back to walking amongst the sunflowers, running, and your new joint mobility is enjoyed by all. By all. I should have warned you that I sympathetic laugh, you laugh, I laugh. It's a very toxic cycle. Thanks, guys. For about 3,000 people a year who get their joint replaced, this isn't their story. They get slimed. Which I should sound less happy about, but it's kind of my living, so, you know. 3,000 people fill a theatre. For context, 2,500 people fit in Melbourne's Hamer Hall. Their joint replacers become infected at either implantation or because of some innocuous life event, like cutting yourself while gardening, brushing your teeth too hard, or forgetting to properly clean your sex toys. Do I need to remind you about the brown flaky bits at the bottom of your water bottle? Yeah, think about those growing on your Satisfyer Pro 3000. But Darcie, joint replacement surgeries for old people. You've just made a mini boomer joke. Got years left on your original joints. Eddie Van Halen had his knee replaced at 44. Surprise, something else didn't get him first, but that's a different story. Not to age me or anything, but that's 12 years from now. The average lifespan of a joint replacement is about 10 to 20 years. The average lifespan of a person is 83. So if you failed math, I can tell you that math ain't mathing. The more times you have a joint revised, the higher your chance of infection. So you have a better chance of being alive after 5 years having survived a prostate, breast, or skin cancer than surviving a prostatic joint infection. Now I hope it's obvious how important it is to wash your Satisfyer Pro. Picture Slimer growing across your replacement, thriving in your body like the parasitic toddler he is. And like Slimer, they're hard to catch and sample. So I started growing slime, surprising everyone because I can't keep anything alive. Yes, that is the tomato plant. Well, at the time it was currently dying. It's now very dead. My mother ate the tomato. I kind of went straight to sun-dried tomato. But thankfully for me, biofilms thrive on neglect, so I can forget about them. To best determine what a good slime grower looked like, I needed well-studied reference strains. Bacteria that scientists agreed all formed good biofilms in laboratory conditions. And like most things that can kill you, they came from America. And because I imported them from America, I am on a watch list. Now, it's a very long technical process. I've boiled it down to some delightful pictures for you. We pull up our bacteria from deep freeze, takes them 24 hours. We put them on an agar plate, that's another 12 hours. They go into a liquid culture, it's another 12 hours. And when they graduate, they get thrown into an experiment. Generally around 24 hours long, with time points specifically picked so I could get some sleep on experiment days. Because I'm the important one in this story, yeah? So to determine what bacteria forms a biofilm, we use everyone's favourite subject to hate, math. Fortunately for you, I've done it for you. That's the slime line. If an isolate is above it, the bacteria forms a biofilm in the lab. If it's below it, no biofilm for you. Half of our isolates were determined as non-biofilm formers within 12 hours. That 12 hours can save a patient months of harsh antibiotic therapy or further surgery. The difference between the red and the blue pill, because sometimes ignorance is bliss. Now, I'm a little bit of a photography buff, mainly because it captures moments of happiness, cute puppies, and scanning electron microscope images of biofilms. Aren't my bacteria babies cute? Not a biofilm former, there's barely any bacteria there. There's maybe a couple of them hanging out in pairs. Those couples aren't swinging. I've struck a nerve for someone, I like it. Biofilm formers, clumps of bacteria hanging out, thriving in their slime orgies. So if we can quickly determine if your the bacteria you're harbouring is a biofilm former or not, your treatment can be use specific. Less carpet bomb, more drone strike. Now, I know I've introduced you to some scary things tonight, okay? So let's recap. Slime, bad. You don't want to grow your very own slimer. Avoid it at all costs, especially if you ever get your joint replaced. So watch your bacterial exposures. Wash your water bottles. Scrub your sex toys. You dirty fuckers. Because at the very least, there are 69 reasons to avoid slime. XOXO, your friendly neighbourhood microbiologist. Thanks.